Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. Today, I was on the internet and I just noticed a headline that caught my eye. And it goes, here it goes. It says Sony shares tank over 12% after Microsoft and Activision's 68.7 billion tie up plan. Basically, what happened is Microsoft and Activision Blizzard linked up and said, hey, let's make something happen. And it's if you know anything about video games, it's a big deal. There's some big franchises that Activision owns and Microsoft will own soon, most likely. I've seen tons of different views on this, how some people think it's good, a lot of people think it's bad. um I'm a Microsoft fan, I'm an Xbox fan, so I'm a little biased when I say I'm glad to hear it's coming to Game Pass. But by reading this headline, you can see it's not good for Sony. Not even close. Because a lot of those big franchises like Overwatch and Call of Duty, there's a big possibility that they won't be on that platform. And that's a big blow to their gaming platform. Sony has some incredible first party titles. We already know that, but these third party titles are huge. And I don't know if Sony can be Nintendo, because Nintendo pushes its own hardware with its own software, but Nintendo is its own thing. It's like its own little beast in its own little market. It in the big scope of things, it's Sony versus Microsoft, Xbox versus PlayStation. Nintendo is just on its own, doing its own thing, and I just can't help but feel like Sony might be on its way to being a software developer, just like kind of like how Sega was on. I wouldn't say they were on top, but they were very competitive, and then Sony came in and just knocked them out the box. They just weren't anything anymore. Sony had the better hardware, the better software, and Sega said, "We give up. We're just going to make Sonic games and do our own thing." And I feel like if Sony doesn't make a major move soon, we might be seeing Sony being another Sega. 10 years from now, we might see Horizon on the Xbox platform. You might see God of War on the Xbox platform. And that's a big deal. Because we all know competition is what drives everything. So if Microsoft, is going through all this to, I don't want to use the term monopolizing, because there are a lot of other big studios out there, but if they continue to get all this content and shove it on their platform, I don't know how Sony can compete. I said, yes, Sony has some amazing first party titles, but Microsoft has a boatload more now. Sony's going to have to make a huge investment in order not to fall off the hardware market. So I think whatever happens, Sony will always have the software there to compete. But you still need people to buy the hardware to play the software. That's kind of where Sega fell off back in the day. So they're definitely going to have to make a big move. I don't know if it's them making a big purchase, obviously they can't do a big purchase like Microsoft. Microsoft has a bottomless wallet, but they're going to have to make some type of move, buy some franchises, maybe buy another studio, maybe in the size of Bethesda, maybe, or yeah, I mean, it's hard to think of what options Sony actually has, because they're just not on the same financial scope as Microsoft. Not even close. And with them taking this hit in the stock, that's going to hurt their pockets a little bit. Of course, it's going to go back up, but it's not going to stay down that far forever. It's definitely a little bit of investors panic, and and there's going to be people who are going to take advantage of this drop and buy it, and then it's going to go back up. So I don't think this is going to be a long-term effect on their stock price, but for right now, it's a big issue. I wouldn't want to say a big issue, but it's a small issue. It shows that people are paying attention to what Microsoft is doing, and they are a little bit worried. And like I said, I just think I can't help but feel like a little bit of Sega salt in there. Like, one day we might just know Sony as a software maker, not a hardware maker, unless they start making some major moves to at least slow down Microsoft or try to block them from just being this content juggernaut, because they're going to have all the content. You look at what they have now, it's just like, what? Like, this is crazy. And then when you look at that number, 6.87 billion cash. And that's cash. That's not no some stock options, nothing. Microsoft pulled out their wallet and dropped $6.87 billion cash. And Sony just simply cannot do that. So it's going to be one hell of a year for Sony to try to figure out what can they do to mitigate what Microsoft is doing. Because they're just buying it up. And they can't compete. If they're going wallet for wallet, Sony cannot compete. They're going to have to figure out a way to outsmart Microsoft. And honestly, that's going to be hard to do, because right now these moves that Microsoft are making with their wallet are smart moves. Now, we know Phil Spencer already said in the past that, Sony is not the competition. They're looking at streaming is the future. So they're looking at, the Nvidia streaming. I forget what it's called right now. I'm sorry. They're looking at Stadia, looking at all these other service platforms as the real competition. And I think what Microsoft is really doing is trying to make sure that that content is not on those platforms. It's not about it not being on Sony's platform. It's making sure that Stadia and GeForce, and that's what it's called, Stadia, GeForce Now, and any other streaming platform for games, is making sure that those titles aren't on their platform. You want to stream your game, you got to come to Xbox. You got to come to PC, Windows. You can't. Until right now, you will not see Call of Duty on Stadia now. You're not going to see it. Microsoft's not going to let it happen. I'm not really sure how the GeForce Now thing works. I remember before it was kind of letting you do anything, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to see Call of Duty on GeForce Now. Microsoft is tying up this content for their platform. Just so, and like I said, I don't think it's a hardware thing. I don't think Microsoft cares about how many Xboxes they are selling right now. They want to pump up this Game Pass as much as possible. They want all the content that Game Pass can handle, because they want that recurring revenue of everybody paying $10 a month for Game Pass, or the $15 a month for Game Pass Ultimate. And that's what this race is really about. Who is going to have the content for when the market is completely digital? You won't need a big old Xbox sitting on your entertainment stand anymore. All you're gonna need is a stick, slap it in the side of your TV, link up your controller, pick the game, boom, instantly right on your TV. That is the future. Microsoft knows this. They built the Azure, I believe how you pronounce it, the Azure cloud service. They know the market is streaming, and it's going to be 100% digital from the beginning to the end user. Microsoft is playing this game, and they're playing it well. And I don't know if anybody has the infrastructure nor the money to compete with Microsoft. I don't see anybody. Maybe Amazon, if they really want to push it, maybe Amazon can get in there and buy up something. I don't know, maybe they can buy Rockstar. That might sound crazy, but if Amazon really wanted to, man, they got the bank to do it. They got the bank. If Apple really wanted to do it, they can get out there. But I don't think Apple is really into the whole game streaming, but you never know. Anybody can do anything like that. So if they got the money, I'm just saying right now, when you look at it, there's very few companies that can come close to what Microsoft is doing right now. And Microsoft is getting ahead of the game to make sure that any possible competitor can't compete. That sounds a little monopolistic, but it's also smart business, because you don't, as a business person, you don't want competition. You don't want people to be able to compete with you, because you're gonna lose out money. So I'm pretty sure the government's gonna look at this and make sure this isn't gonna be an issue down the road. But most likely this is gonna go through. Microsoft made a huge purchase to solidify their position in the game streaming sector, because that's what everybody knows, that's what this is really about. It's about Game Pass and people subscribing. In the future of gaming is going to be game streaming, in my opinion. We know that's coming whether we like it or not. And Sony, you got to make your move. It is your move, Sony. I don't know what you're going to do, but you're going to have to maybe merge with another company, buy another company out. You're going to have to do something, Sony, because the PlayStation is going to have a huge uphill battle when Microsoft finalizes all of these deals and start pumping out these games every 2 seconds. It's going to be hard to keep up with Microsoft. That's just my opinion. If you have something similar or completely different, please drop it down in the comments. I would love to have a debate with you. And that's just how I feel about it, man. Someone's going to have to make a move, or they're going to be another Sega dropping their hardware and making just software. So like any other YouTuber says, if you like what you heard here, drop a like, drop a comment. If you don't, drop a dislike, drop a comment. And please follow me on my game page on Facebook at D1D Beast. I live stream there on the regular. Everybody have a good day.